Hello, everyone. Welcome back. So, today we are continuing the 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene series. Today, the title of this video is Maneuver with Ease, and this covers chapter or Law 30, Make Your Accomplishments Seem Effortless. So, in this law, the judgment is your actions must seem natural and executed with ease. All the toil and practice that go into them, and also all the clever tricks, must be concealed. When you act effortlessly as if you could do much more. Avoid the temptation of revealing how hard you work. It only raises questions. Teach no one your tricks, or they will be used against you. So in this chapter, Robert Greene stresses the need for you to present your hard work and effort with a natural ease. He emphasizes how those who strain too much and too outwardly may turn people off from their work because it is seen as so laborious. So a good example or comparison here could be, think of a labor worker, someone who is fixing streets or building houses or putting up drywall. When you think of that job, you already know how much hard work goes into it. A lot of the preconceived notions are that, hey, those people must have terrible back, terrible knees, they must be in pain all the time. And when you compare that to someone who, let's say, is giving an excellent speech or a sport performance, think about LeBron James. When you see LeBron James score that game-winning three-pointer, what you don't see is the fact that maybe he woke up at 4, 5, 6 a.m. that day and he was practicing that same three-pointer. Now, there's a reason why people want to be NBA stars, and a lot of people, and this is no knock on them, don't want to be labor workers because of the conceived notion of how their work is conducted. In one, you can definitely see, so the laborers, you can definitely see that as their product is being built, that they are working very hard at it, as compared to an athlete where you don't see the hours in the gym, you don't see the hours of training, the blood, sweat, and tears, and the sacrifice. You watch them for their performance that night, and if they do well, you are amazed by their effort and the ease at which they may have taken a game-winning shot or thrown a successful combination, whether that's in a combat fight or whatever it is. Part of showmanship is to present your actions and feats as an effortless achievement. The biggest challenge to this is our own need to boast and receive praise. We must be mindful of this internal desire, and if we choose to, make sure our revelations are done so with purpose and control. So one of the biggest roadblocks and hindrances to following this law is that, we often want to receive praise, we want to boast, we want to show off. And Robert Greene really advises us against doing that, because then you're revealing to people all the effort and the hard work that went into it. You're essentially showing them that you are mortal, as compared to when you just go out there and put out a flawless performance. People might think that your skill level is way higher than it really is. And they don't necessarily need to know about all the hard work that you put in behind closed doors. That's for you to do. For you, once you've done that hard work, you'll just reap the success of it once it becomes available, once you show the world that product. You don't necessarily need to show them all the hard work and the labor and the effort and the practice that went into making that performance flawless. And to clarify, Robert Greene isn't saying don't work hard. Rather, he advises that hard work must be done in private and in a rather concealed way. When it comes time to reveal our work, the ease at which we can conduct it should seem effortless. This is what brings awe and inspires others. This is what brings amazement. So for anyone who follows, let's say the UFC, when you watch Khabib Nurmagomedov fight someone and he just decimates his opponent or whoever it is, whether it's watching the NBA and you see some basketball players just working hard, they're passing the ball and everything looks so easy, that's the point of this. These athletes, these people have put in the hard work necessary behind closed doors when there are no cameras, when there is no one watching. And so that when they do go to perform, everything seems flawless and people are amazed at their capacity to work, their capacity to produce, and their capacity to succeed. In reverse, too much secrecy and concealment can come across as paranoid and also turn people off from our work. Instead, Robert Greene suggests we use an air of lighthearted playfulness to conceal our work and efforts. So, when people ask, you tell them, you can just bring up and briefly mention, like, yeah, I worked hard, or I practiced it a couple of times. You don't need to tell them, like Kobe Bryant doesn't necessarily need to say, or had to say, that he took this shot 1,000 times that day before he took it once on the court later that night. You can just let people know, hey, I was up at 4 a.m. shooting this shot. I was up practicing, going over what I needed to, memorizing things. You don't want to be too concealed and seem paranoid, like, oh man, if I tell them, they'll steal everything from me. You just want to be lighthearted and playful about the fact that you work very hard to get the success you have. So, quote to finish this is from Muhammad Ali, where he says, I hated every minute of training, but I said, don't quit. Suffer now and live the rest of your life as a champion. Again, just really emphasizing that point that you're going to have to work very hard behind closed doors to achieve that success and to make things seem effortless and flawless. And this is what will allow you to succeed and increase yourself in the game of power. Best of luck. If you like this video, leave a comment, subscribe, like the video. Let me know what you think. Thank you. Take care.